One of the disappointing things about lockdown is that, of course, the travel situation. I did want to do this fragrance in Italy, and I might still do a video homage when I'm there with this and other brilliant Italian fragrances that I have in my collection. But I feel as though I've worn so much of this now. I just want to review it. I just want to talk about it. This is my number one formal fragrance when it comes to warm weather. When you're into fragrance as much as I am, after a while things can get a little bit sort of out of proportion. You can become snobby, you can become a little bit jaded about fragrance, and you sometimes lose the initial sort of primary path of fragrance, which is what are fragrances that just make you smell really good? What are fragrances that just make you smell really pleasant for yourself, that give you a bit of a confidence boost, and other people will enjoy you and enjoy the fragrance that you're wearing. Sometimes we can get a little bit sort of lost and lose our way with that. This one grounds me back to that notion because this is just an exquisite, simple, straightforward, great smelling fragrance. It's fragrances like this that sometimes actually get forgotten about in our fragrance journey, but they're essential to have. As soon as this bottle goes, I'll have to get another one because this is reliability, it's consistent, and we never talk about the sustainability of having a fragrance. There are some fragrances that I own that just simply aren't sustainable, right? I can wear them maybe 1 or 2 or 3 times, but then I start to lose touch with when I can wear them. Namely, a City on Fire, which I love, but it's not a sustainable fragrance in a way because there's not many occasions I can wear it. Intensa I can wear all the time. Very straightforward. Nice, lovely, neroli, citrus with some woods that Colonia, which Acqua di Parma is known for in spades. But I like this one especially because of its maturity and because it just is straightforward and to the point. So let's start, as always, with presentation. Acqua di Parma bottles, you've seen one, you've basically seen them all. Nice, got the emblem. I do enjoy this version of the Colonia bottle more than the original. The original looks a little bit basic, and Intensa, the black bottle with the white label. And I suppose that works, I suppose that's fine. But Intensa is probably one of the best ones out of the Colonia line. Pure is nice as well, but we're not talking about that today. Somewhat iconic now, very simple, very straightforward. Yeah, it's a 4 out of 5. The scent is a 5 out of 5, and it's interesting because usually with ratings I look for very complicated things, and is this note being balanced here and is that note being balanced there, and there can be sort of like a scent Olympics. There's a top 10 fragrance idea for your chaos, top 10 fragrances that are Olympic efforts, and I'm just giving these out for free. This one gets a 5 out of 5 because it has a simple objective. Smell fantastic, smell great in warm weather. And the execution of that is almost military-like. It's precise, it's solid precision, and it's great. When you open this one up, beautiful, crisp, fresh blast of neroli and lemon. So very natural. A very well executed partnership between the citruses, the florals, and the woods, and the woody nature. It's very clean sort of sandalwood, maybe just a tiny bit of cedarwood as well. It's just very straightforward. But when you're at this simple level, there's no real gimmicks to hide behind, there's nothing fancy. It either really smells good or it doesn't, and this one does. The quality is universally paramount within Acqua di Parma. They really take pride in making sure that their fragrances smell very clean, quite regal, sophisticated, and the bar for them is always infinitely high. They have got a legacy to uphold with Acqua di Parma, and they've got a very traditionalist way of looking at fragrances. And sometimes when they've tried to experiment with oud and leather, I don't feel as though it's worked out. I feel as though those fragrances smell quite synthetic. But when it comes to the basic notion of take some good, fresh, natural citruses with some equally grounded woods, and you put that together, then they make magic, always. I think that I really prefer Intensa because it's got a bit of sweetness, and that sweetness is not in Colonia. The original Colonia is quite bitter. Essenza is a lot more muskier, and Absolute is kind of a lot more florally, to the point where I think it's a little bit feminine. Pura I do like, but Intensa is refined within that woody element, masculine, and you can just wear it very easily, formally, in warm weather. I do sometimes wear this casually in warm weather, but usually if I'm going to either a meeting or something to do with business, or something just formal, just something where I feel as though, you know, I've got to dress up a little bit more, then Intensa is always there for me. And it has a confidence that gives a maturity to it, and yeah, this one is something that like a dad could wear very easily. A sophisticated dad that's got a good job. It's that kind of vibe. This fragrance definitely gives off the vibe that you've got a job, that you have your stuff together, and that you've accomplished many things in your life, and that you're on the straight and narrow, and you know what you're doing. Very classy, very regal. I think that's a great word for it, great adjective, just a regal fragrance. But yes, if you want something that is classy and sophisticated and has all the things that I've mentioned, then yeah, I would definitely check out Colonia Intensa. Performance for this type of fragrance is great. Projection in those first 2 hours are solid, really, really strong, and people can usually smell you. The only problem is that this fragrance is quite linear, and you will stop realizing that you're projecting. But trust me, I've worn this in fairly warm weather, sometimes mild weather, and I've put it on and I've kind of forgotten that I've got it on, and I get comments, and infamously one of them was Chris from Fragmental when we were at a train station. He bought this fragrance because I was wearing it that day. So, you know, 2 reviewers are better than 1. But yes, I have officially sold a bottle of this to a fellow reviewer, and now he owns Colonia Intensa as well. So yeah, great projection. I'd say the projection is 4 out of 5, and longevity is, for this type of fragrance, which is very, very light and has a lot of citruses, is pretty good. I'd say 10 hours actually on warm days. You can wear this the whole day, and there's no real problem with it. That's the experience that I've got out of it anyway. So yeah, that's like a really strong 4 out of 5. Overall, this just sort of does what it says on the tin. You know, it has a promise to you, which is it's going to be a sophisticated, masculine, confident, regal fragrance that smells as though it's a little bit out of time, and it really, really does collaborate very well between the old school sentiments of Acqua di Parma and the newer styles of Italian perfumery, and it blends that perfectly together. It's a wonderful fragrance, it's an outstanding fragrance, and just seriously well put together. Overall, gets a 5 out of 5. Anyway, if you enjoyed this video, you know what to do. Like the video, comment, and subscribe. And if you want to be notified every time I'm uploading, which is pretty regularly right now, then just hit that notification bell. Anyway, I'm the Fragrance Press. I'll see you soon. Bye.